I was actually proud of the committee. I thought that they exercised an incredible amount of restraint. I thought that there was way too much discussion out there publicly in support of Georgia, a two-loss non-champ. I would have lost my mind if Georgia was in this playoff. There's no doubt about that. So I thought that they exercised a good amount of restraint and honored a championship won by Oklahoma, a great team, I feel like, in Oklahoma. The fact of the matter is that you had three teams that they were arguing between, and I felt like Ohio State probably got the short end of the stick, and I know that doesn't make you feel any better to at least acknowledge it, CC, but the bottom line is...
I'm a realist. I'm not one of those teams, I'm the guy's going to support my team. Like, if you lose to Purdue...
By 29.
Absolutely. And the style for which they lost to him. Like, you've almost forfeited, you punted on the chance to be able to get in there unless you get a bunch of help.
So think about it like this. I thought that the committee, and here's the problem, is that no one really knows the criteria, right? We're all just sitting here and
with the committee members changing year after year, the criteria can shift.
I think I've nailed it after whatever amount of 5 years now. First of all, if you just look at the committee's decision through this vein, path of least resistance, right? Because this is still a political committee by nature. Why? Because they have current ADs sitting on here. They've got to go back and be in this realm. Path of least resistance. And then also, what are these teams at their worst? So floor. So if you look at those two things, path of least resistance and floor, you always get to the four teams that they put in there. And if you say, okay, path of least resistance means that you're going to avoid the argument of trying to put a two-loss non-champ in. Yep. And then you start looking at the floor of those three teams. The loss for Oklahoma was a 3-point loss to a ranked Texas team, and each Georgia and Ohio State had 20-plus point losses in this season. One to LSU for Georgia, and then obviously that Purdue game.
Does that mean the four best teams are in?
No.
No. And are you okay with that?
I'm absolutely okay with that. I've always been more honoring of the championships and one that thinks it should be most deserving. You've got to earn it on the field.